I bought these wood bows at Michael's a couple years ago, and they fit on these mini claw clips just about perfectly. So I picked out 2 of them and sanded down any rough edges. Next, I used some matte white acrylic paint to cover the front and the back of each bow. It definitely helped to trace the bows a couple times and plan out the design in my sketchbook. Once I found a design that I was happy with, I sketched it out on the wood piece with a pencil. You don't have to sketch it out, but since I was making 2 of them, I wanted them to be as similar as possible. At first I wanted to use ink, but that dried way too fast and it was kind of hard to control. So I ended up using blue Posca pens instead. Acrylic paint would also work. After the blue parts dried, I went back in with a small brush and some more white paint to cover up any mistakes or pencil lines that were still showing. To make them look more like porcelain, I covered each bow with a layer of UV resin. For some reason, the Posca pen ink gave the resin like a slightly blue tint. I'm not exactly sure how I would have avoided that. Maybe if you do a layer of Mod Podge before the resin. I used a lighter to pop any bubbles, cured that under my lamp, and repeated this process for the second bow. To stick these on, I added some resin to the edges of my clip and tried to make sure that the bow was as centered as possible. I held onto the clip for about a minute to make sure that everything stayed in place while it cured. Then I added even more resin to this rectangle space inside the clip. Just cure that again and repeat the exact same process on the other side. And after all that, here's how my finished clip turned out. If you don't want to make 2 of them, you could always use an alligator clip instead of a claw clip, but